Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Yeah, it's finally happening. We're doing Gent Week. And, like a good gentleman, we're going to start with TesseracT, which we've actually checked out before. I don't remember what the song was, but we ended up getting blocked. It was a studio rendition of something. If you want to see that one, it is in the description. There is a link to the blocked video spreadsheet, and in there you'll find a link to the blocked video itself on my Google Drive. It's a little roundabout, but it's the easiest way I've found to kind of keep a running list and keep all the links together. So it's organized, but it does require a couple of clicks to get to the video you're looking for. So today we're going to be checking out Juno. And I was impressed with TesseracT when we checked them out last time. I thought they had a really unique sound to them. I could definitely see some similar ideas rhythmically to Periphery, which I'm a huge fan of. But they tended to go towards more of an atmospheric, almost beautiful style of writing with that heavy rhythmic syncopation style. So I've really been waiting to get back to them because I loved that track, but I've also been a bit apprehensive because it was blocked. So we're going to see what happens here. If any case, I have a system for blocked videos now, so hopefully that won't be too big of an issue. Let's get into this one. This is a lot shorter than the last one we checked out, I think. Yeah, got to really hone in on those cymbals if you want to catch the beat. Really interesting syncopation work going on, almost creating a sense of timelessness. Yeah, there's that funkiness. You gotta love that. It's just so good. Dude, that bass work. Kind of like an 80s pop singer voice. Very interesting combination. Yeah, so I like the bright poppiness over the heavy metal part underneath going on. It almost feels like it's dragging a bit. Really interesting decision to place so many of those syncopated notes behind the beat. It makes it feel real. It makes the song feel apprehensive to move on. It's a really cool technique. Whereas right here, the ghost notes give the song a sense of urgency. It really wants to move on. dude has a lot of control over his voice. Yeah, so far I count like 4 vocal techniques from the singer. And I'm not paying a lot of attention, so there might be more. That's just what I picked up. And then the heavy part comes back in. Oh no. Okay. All right. I can't say 100% that I enjoyed that more than the last one we checked out. And I wish I could remember its name. Um, of Matt? No. Was it of Matter? Or is that just like the most heavily requested one? I don't remember now. That's kind of upsetting me a little bit. But yeah, so there's definitely a lot to enjoy here, but I think the last one we checked out kind of had more proggy tendencies to it, and this one was fairly straightforward. I would even maybe put this into Djenty pop territory. Um, it definitely had some more metal leanings to it than some of the other Djenty pop we've picked up, like Sordid Pink, and Unprocessed. I think that was the other one. Um, so I would not call this pure Djenty pop. I think it does have some metal leanings to it, where some of the Djenty pop we've listened to in the past doesn't. Um, but it does have some poppier elements to it than some of the harder Djent we've checked out. So it's like a nice middle ground between what maybe would be called traditional Djent and then Djenty pop, which has been popping up recently. As far as an evolution of the genre, the subgenre goes. Um, so let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on here. Dude's voice. We gotta get into this one. He has a very beautiful clean with some poppy melodic ideas. The way that he phrases his melodies has a bit of pop influence to it, which I personally dig. I know that not everybody's going to enjoy that, but I have a soft spot for that. I like poppy lyrics, or not poppy vocals. But he actually employs quite a few techniques to change up his vocal style. He has one part where he sings chest voice and projects further out of the mouth. And that part, I don't know if anybody else got this. There were a couple moments when I got some Chester Bennington vibes from Linkin Park, as far as the vocals go. Maybe that was just me. I don't know. But Chester does the same thing. He has a very bright, forward chest voice. And I think this guy, maybe it's just a technique. I don't know. I saw some similarities there. But there are also a couple of parts where he could really bring it back. And instead of projecting so far, he allowed it to really build up closer to his throat. And it gave it some warmth and some width to his voice in a couple of sections. Which is very interesting to hear him employ both styles. Usually a vocalist will pick one, and that's more often not the more comfortable style for them. He also had a very beautiful falsetto and a nice mixed voice that he used a couple of times to hit some higher notes without getting that full airiness that he would get from his falsetto. So yeah, just hearing him employ so many clean techniques um, helped give the song some variety and also made him stand out a bit. I don't remember the last singer looking like him when we checked out TesseracT before, so maybe this is a different singer. I don't really remember how the other ones sounded, so I'm kind of really only going on what I remember them looking like, and looked a little different. So yeah, that's interesting. The bass, right? Gorgeous bass tone. I love that one of the sections, the bass got a lot of spotlight and just tearing it up with that super funky syncopated, trademark Djent sound. Just, it sounds good, right? And the bass has got a chance to shine and it has a good tone. So anytime the basses get some spotlight, I gotta give that some spotlight because I love it. It is a phenomenal composition and mix decision that just doesn't happen as much as I'd love it to. All right, not outside of jazz. I think jazz always kind of gives the basses some love, at least more often than not, I feel. But rock and metal just have not been as kind to the bass, and it is real good to see the bass having sort of a revolution in the last decade and a half, I would say, at least from my experience of finally getting some time in the spotlight, especially with so many good basses popping up. I know the bass used to be the butt of the joke as far as rock bands go, at least when I was growing up. Mid 90s, late 90s, when I really, have memories of music. um, Early 2000s, when I was, starting to become a teenager, the basses was always the butt of the joke. They have to be there, but, they're not really a part of the band. And it's real nice to see some real strong basses popping up, especially getting spotlight right here. So I gotta say that whenever I hear it. All right, bass gets spotlight, good tone. Gotta bring it up. Um, the overall funkiness of the song. I mean, it's Gent. I'm probably gonna bring this up all week, but I dig it. I don't know if it's just because I don't hear that too often, but just the heavy syncopation, usually offbeat syncopation, or messing with like the repetition of the syncopation. Sometimes it's on the beat, sometimes it's off the beat. Just that heavy rhythmic quality of Gent is something that I really enjoy right now. I'm sure people who might have listened to Gent a lot in their life, um, it's might be boring to them. Maybe they still love it. I don't know, but I'm at the point where right now it sounds good. And like I said, that just might be because I have not really listened to a lot of that. Periphery, I got into a bit ago, I guess. I don't know, whenever that first album came out. But that's really it. I can't say I've ever heard anything else like it. It's always been the periphery sound to me. So when people started explaining to me that it's Djent, I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's get into Djent because I enjoy that sound. So yeah, it's still fresh for me. I don't know if it's that way for everybody, but it's fresh for me. I do want to point out that one section. I think it was the post chorus before we got into the second verse, which is cool. The second verse was fairly different from the first, and I love when bands do that. It feels more like an evolution of the song from start to finish, telling a story, rather than, you know, songwriting, for lack of better words, modern day songwriting, where you repeat things just because that's how songs get written. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed that the verse was a bit different uh, between the two verses. But that post chorus section where we had the super funky guitar and the drums, the guitars were playing a lot of notes just before the beat, like a 16th note before the beat, eighth note. I don't think it was an eighth. I think it was a 16th note before the beat. It was very sharp, and to me, it felt dragging. Right there, it was this not wanting to go. And it's very interesting because we just checked out a song last week where we had a 16th note and then a note on the beat. And I said that gave the song a lot of drive. I don't remember which one that one was. I don't remember if that was the coffee song or the fish song. Okay, for those who didn't check out last week's videos, we had a lot of foreign prog stuff going on, and I couldn't pronounce all the names and the titles to the songs. And instead of embarrassing myself with bad pronunciations of things that I might not even correctly remember, I'm gonna call it the coffee song and the fish song. But yeah, one of them I said had drive because you had that da-dum, 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 and it had like a forward beat to it. You had the 16th into the 16th prior into a quarter note on the beat, and it was just like it was almost like it was wanting to rush, but then you actually still have to play the one on the beat. So instead of rushing at 16th, you get this double hit, and it just feels like something chugging along. Whereas here, we don't have the downbeat attack. We only have the early strike coming in. And to me, it just feels like it's apprehensive. Like it doesn't really want to get going. It doesn't really want to go anywhere. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to push forward. And immediately after that section, we had ghost notes on the snare. And I felt like there's a lot of momentum going on in the song. And I thought that was really interesting to juxtapose those two positions back to back because it completely changed the way the song felt between those two sections. I don't know if this was done intentionally. It could have just been that the two sections were written individually and then put back to back. This is the the post chorus. This is the next the verse or the pre-verse or whatever happened, um, or if they intentionally wanted that movement hiccup there in the middle. Like I said, I didn't really feel it anywhere else. I can't say it was a theme running throughout the song um, about movement and direction. And I don't really think there's any other place where I really felt a drive or a lagging. It was literally just those two sections that drew my attention to the movement direction of the song, and they happen to be opposites. So I think it's more of like a little accidental thing. What is it? Coincidence, I guess would be. They're just two sections that sound really cool and back to back, as well as within the context of the whole song. They feel a little out of place, but also they juxtapose each other. So, yeah, just a little fun little instance there, I guess. I don't know. Seems a bit weird talking about it. I'm like, why was that even there? Um, but maybe if I listen to the whole song with the intent of direction and drive, I might be able to piece together a better picture of why those two sections fit there. So yeah, that's a fun little jam. I dug it. It is not really going to get me to want to dive into TesseracT. However, that job has already been done with the last track we checked out, and I'm tired of not knowing what it is. So let me look real quick. Wait, we've checked out TesseracT twice before. Oh, we did check out Of Matter. That's the live one that got blocked. We checked out Utopia as well, and I don't remember that one at all. That was, well, I mean, it was 30 weeks ago. I mean, that was half a year ago when we did Revisit Bands Week and we revisited stuff I enjoyed. Well, that's kind of sad because that left no impression on me, but Of Matter left a huge impression on me. So I will probably continue to dive into Tesseract until something else clicks because Of Matter was just that good. Um, So yeah, those are my thoughts on Juno. Sorry. This is where you guys come in, hit me up, let me know what you thought of this song from TesseracT. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, if you have any information, especially pertaining to the momentum of the song. Like I'm gonna be thinking about that all day. Why? Why do we have that in there? It makes. Oh man, I'm hoping I missed something. I really am, because that's just boggling me now. When you're done commenting, there's a description box above that with some links adjacent to the channel, such as blocked videos, as I mentioned before, as well as the Patreon uh, campaign, which helps support the channel and keeps it growing, and then the Discord community if you want to join that, and chit-chat with the rest of the Critical Reaction community. It's a pretty cool place. We do some cool things. We got some events running. Check it out if you would like. Also, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC, with yet another Djent song for us to check out. I am looking forward to this week, especially if the music's going to be more like this. Definitely stuff I can jam to, even if it's not I don't know. I dig it. That's the weird thing. I really dig this song. I jammed out the whole time. I had 5 minutes of just enjoying it. I don't know why it just didn't connect with me, or I just need more. I don't know. Maybe it's missing that proggy aspect that Of Matter had, and Periphery tends to have too. Their songs are not just djent; they also tend to inject some other elements into it. Um, Maybe the pop just wasn't strong enough. I don't know. We'll dig into more djent and see how I feel about the genre as a whole, because it's something that I really don't have a lot of experience with, even though I tend to like bands that have been described as djent to me. So, all right. Until next time, remember to be critical and not cynical of the music you listen to, and to have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.